Guys, look at me. Look. Guys. Oh, God. I know I look ugly, but listen to me. It could happen. It could happen. Jeez, I look really ugly. Okay, let's back up a little bit. But it may happen. It may happen. We may get it. We may get it. Yo, what's good, everyone? My name is Jed. Welcome back to an episode of Inside Line. Hope you're having a wonderful day. All right, we are once again talking about playoffs. One day after I put out a video talking about the NASCAR ratings, why are they declining so much? And a lot of people looked at the playoffs. Well, Jeff Gluck from The Athletic, who's also part of the NASCAR playoff committee on whether or not to change the format, what to do with the format for 2026, will seem to be an unlikely thing to happen, almost impossible scenario, is getting some steam, is getting more and more of a possibility of NASCAR possibly ditching the playoffs entirely and reverting back to a full season points format. When they first started, there was really one person that wanted the full season points format, and that was Mark Martin. He has been a huge advocate for the Winston Cup era of racing, a full season points format. Jeff Gluck starts the article by saying, quote, "When NASCAR first convened a committee in February to gather feedback on the future of its championship format, only one person advocated for eliminating NASCAR's playoff system altogether. That was Mark Martin. But in the most recent meeting last week, numerous influential committee members spoke on behalf of scrapping the playoffs and returning to the full season points format NASCAR used until 2003, which crowned a champion simply by total points occurred over the entire schedule of races. NASCAR is now seriously weighing the possibility of drastically overhauling the playoffs or doing away with them altogether. A modified playoff system in which the most criticized elements of the current format are tweaked may still win out. Yet the mere chance of going back to a 36 race schedule determining the series champion, a scenario which seemed borderline impossible 7 months ago, marks a dizzying turnaround that speaks to a crossroads for stock car racing." So yes, simply put, the chance NASCAR is seriously considering going back to a full season points format. The bare minimum is picking up a lot more steam, which I didn't even think was a possibility. I was always on the assumption of, you know what, I would be a compromise would be the chase, the original chase format, updated. I would be fine with that. I don't like the elimination. I don't like the one race scenario. I don't like that. 10 race chase, fine. I'm cool with that. But going, if the mere chance, and this is something that I think the Iceberg, he posted a video that I feel like is very telling, that the fact that still 7 months onwards, that it's still, even though the chances are very small, the fact that it's still on the table, I think speaks volume. I also think it speaks volume to you, the people that have been cheering, that have been clamoring, go back to full points, go back to full points. I think there's a lot of factors. I think you look at the ratings that are going on. I mean, not a single playoff race has hit 2 million viewers. It has gone down dramatically. We're now barely cusping over 1 million viewers. I mean, I think maybe in NASCAR's mindset, what the hell do we got to lose? There are benefits, or there are arguments for both sides of the spectrum. You look at the playoffs, it creates excitement, it creates drama. I understand all that, and it creates more of a sample size so that maybe their favorite driver, maybe someone that is a Josh Berry fan or an Austin Dillon fan, they're more inclined to want to tune in to the second half of the season, knowing that their driver is in the playoffs at least. It gives them more of a reason to tune in. But I would argue there are more benefits for the full season or full season points format. And there are a few things that Jeff Gluck mentioned in this article that I fully agree with 100%. Number one is star power and consistent storytelling. Racing is a lot like wrestling, in the sense of wrestling, you have your characters, you have your story, and the best stories is that they're able to follow it from start to finish that leads up to the main event. Formula One 2021, again, what made Abu Dhabi so special is not the race itself, that it was a winner take all, is everything that led up to it. The battles between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, from Monza to Silverstone to Saudi Arabia, all of that is what made Abu Dhabi special. It was a consistent storyline. And if you're new to NASCAR, you want to know, what are we doing? What's going on here? And if you have a story, you're able to follow it instantly. Okay, these are the main guys. I can follow the story. The issue with the playoffs, it changes rapidly, especially every 3 races. Okay, back to reset. A guy could be winning. Okay, back to reset. Who knows what happens in the round of A with Ryan Blaney? Yeah, he's in the round of A. Who knows? He could have an off round of A performance and he's out. Or look at a guy like Denny Hamlin, who top of the world in the round of 16. Okay, now he has a bad race. Okay, he's now not safe, but he's kind of now no longer the guy now. with the playoffs, everything changes so much. It changes rapidly so much that too much is going on that you don't have an idea on what the actual story is or what actually is going on. I also think that going back to a full season points format will force NASCAR, force the networks, force the tracks to actually create storylines. I personally feel like the playoffs has made everybody complacent. That the only storyline is, hey, look, we got playoffs. Oh, look, it's playoff time. Oh, yeah, it's an elimination race. That's why we should tune in. No. In my opinion, that's lazy. That's complacency storytelling where you're trying to force a story when, let's be honest, it's a story that not many people really care about because so much is happening and it's so rapid that people can't follow it. It's just, oh, playoff, let's focus on that. If you're new to NASCAR, you're going to be looking at, why should I care about that? Okay, it's elimination. Okay, playoff. Well, I don't know about what's going on here. Why should I care about what's happening? Why should I listen to this? Fans aren't stupid. When you force them, when you try to force drama, try to force entertainment, people are going to tune out because they don't know what's going on, nor do they care. But with the Winston Cup, or should say Winston Cup, with a full season format, you have that long-term consistent storytelling. You know, probably about halfway into the season, okay, these are your main characters. These are the drivers that are going to contend for the title. Now we can follow. Let's follow this progress. That is how you create your stories. And that, more importantly, is how you create your stars. The playoff format promotes parity. The good thing with parity is that you don't know what's going to happen. A lot of drivers have a chance. And that's good and all, but the bad thing is that it doesn't create star power. You don't have star power. In IndyCar, it's Alex Palou. F1, it's Max Verstappen. Who are the stars of NASCAR? There really are none because every year it's somebody different. It's someone different. Jimmy Johnson, he's as big as he is, even though he's not as popular as Earnhardt or Gordon, but he's as big as he is because he dominated so much. Gordon and Earnhardt, they were as big as they are, guarantee you, partly because of their domination. Do you think Earnhardt would be as big as he was if he didn't win 7 championships? No. Do you think Gordon would be as big as he was if he didn't win all those races and titles in the late 90s or 2000s? No. Domination, in a sense, is necessary to create star power. It's the same reason why Lewis Hamilton got so big, why Max Verstappen is so big. It's because they won a lot and they dominated. I understand that domination can be boring, but sometimes you need domination in order to create stars, create meaningful stars. Another thing that I feel like many people automatically assume is that I don't want a full season points format because I don't want a driver to clinch the title with 5 races to go. Maybe in the Gen 4 era, maybe. But I would argue in the next gen era with a spec car, that's impossible. Impossible for that to happen. And here's the thing. Let's say it does happen, then fine. The driver wins that championship. He is more than deserved. I mean, Corey Heim is a perfect example. He is killing everybody in trucks. He's entering the Roval, I believe, with a 69-point advantage, for God's sakes. He is more than deserving for this championship. Imagine if he continues the success he has and then something happens, blown tire, boom, in the wall, he loses that title. Again, it's not fair. That's not how it should be. And I understand people may say, well, life ain't fair. Okay, fine, but it works in other sports. But when it comes to racing, when you're racing against the same drivers every single week at the same track, so like everyone's competing at the same track every single week, you need to have something that balances out the chaos. And having a full season points format is the best way to do it. That you can legitimize the format. It's a champion that is deserving, and it's in a way that is very simple, easy for fans to understand. It creates storytelling and storylines that fans can follow easily without having so many things being thrown at them at once that they forget what's happening. Now, I do need to take a step back because this is all wishful thinking. I'm assuming that NASCAR is reverting back to a full season points format because they're not. We don't know yet, but we do know is that it's growing. There's a growing possibility that they could revert back. Will I like to see them revert fully back to the Winston Cup era? Sorta. I don't like stage cautions. I'm okay with stage racing. You want to continue that? Fine. But get rid of stage cautions. Stage cautions are not necessary. They just make the racing a lot longer. Like, you have no idea how annoying it is when a caution comes out with 3-4 laps to go, right before the end of the stage. They have a 1-lap shootout, and then another caution or a caution sequence goes on. It's just like, you're making the race a half an hour, 40 minutes longer than what it needs to be, okay? Like, it's not necessary. You want to have stage racing? Fine, but get rid of the stage cautions. maybe go back to having bonus points. We can have stage points, but you can also have a lap or a point for leading a lap. We have the point for the fastest lap, maybe a point for the pole award, a point for the most laps led. I would do that. Maybe offer more points for the race winner, which was a big issue with the lap first system, was that it didn't reward winning as much as consistency. Again, maybe instead of just 5 bonus points for winning a race, maybe 10 bonus points for winning a race. Just offer more to the winner. That's what I would do instead of just having this convoluted system with the playoff format and all this stuff, just to try and see who is a deserving champion, where there's a very easy way of going about it. Man, let me tell you something. I am shocked that it's even still a possibility. Because again, when this was created, I'm thinking either 3 things. A, probably not going to change anything. B, change it to make it even worse. C, maybe tweak it like a band-aid on the Hoover Dam, where there's still cracks, there's still issues, but they just band-aided it up. If you were to tell me that there is a chance, not even going back to the original chase, but a full season format, I would have called you crazy. But here we are. I will be honest. Somebody said, hey, people thought North Wilkesboro would never come back to the Cup Series, yet we did. So, is it crazy to say to go back to a full season format? We'll see. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Until next time, my name is Jet from MDK. Thanks for watching.